remember, like the strongest argument for us being in a simulation, probably being in a simulation, I think is the following. That 40 years ago, we had Pong, like 2 rectangles and a dot. That was what games were. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year. And soon we'll have virtual reality, we'll have augmented reality. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become indistinguishable from reality. They'll be indistinguishable. Even if that rate of advancement drops by 1,000 from what it is right now, then you just say, okay, well, let's imagine it's 10,000 years in the future, which is nothing in the evolutionary scale.
You know, I wrote a little bit about this, so I got some feedback from people, which was a little bit surprising. And he argues that the notion of a simulated universe, that, you know, the Matrix, if you will. Imagine one day we have these powerful supercomputers, and we really, with fantastic fidelity, can create a universe in silico, if you will, which has sentient beings within it that don't know that they are in a simulation. And he goes through an interesting argument with, just for brevity of time, let me just simplify it. He may be a little irritated with the simplification, but it gets to the main point, which is, it's so, in principle, easy once you have that technology to create a simulated universe, that there'd be many more simulated universes than real universes. Real universes are hard to create. Maybe there's one, maybe there's a few, but it's hard to imagine that you could create them in as great abundance as you could create universes in a computer. You come home at night, you flick it on, you create a universe, and you sort of kick back and you watch what happens. So he argues that it's therefore much more likely, just based on the statistics, that we are in a simulated universe than that we're not in a simulated universe. So I wrote about this in a book that spoke about various ways in which you can imagine other universes. The surprise for me was people came back and said to me, and then Nick, I read later, people said to him too, this for them was the most convincing argument for a creator. Because now the creator was not some mysterious being, it was some futuristic teenage kid with pimples in his garage who just created the universe.
So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and those games could be played on any set-top box or on a PC or whatever, and there would probably be, billions of such, computers or set-top boxes. Seem to follow that the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions.